Hello again, Internet. This is Gray Dara from Dara Photo and Big Shot Moms. I'm going to do another editing tutorial using Snapseed. Let's see. I shot this in my studio the other day on my cell phone, and it's not a bad image at all. But I wanted to show you what I do with it in Snapseed and what the differences are. So I'm going to open it up in Snapseed. And the first thing I'm going to do is crop it. This is a pretty easy cropping tool to use, so I don't feel like we need a lot of explanation. As I said in another tutorial with Snapseed, the way the editing works is you touch this little pencil icon and it brings up a menu of things that you can do. So I just hit the crop and then cropped it. I'm going to select this top left one, Tune Image. And Snapseed, if you put your finger or thumb on the screen and scroll up and down, it shows you all the things you can do within a particular editing mode. So we're going to go to brightness, and then you scroll left to right or right to left to change that particular item. So this is brightness. I'm going to increase it to about 30. Contrast, I'm going to go maybe 15 or so. Saturation, again, about 15, 16. Ambiance is like contrast, but it's a little bit more subtle. It tends to brighten darker things better. So I'm going to go about 30 there. And then shadows bring out the, let's see, they bring light into the darker areas, like you can see in the hair, it getting lighter, the background getting a little bit lighter. I'm going to go with maybe 20, 23. Highlights brighten the bright areas, like you can see the white dress getting brighter and darker. I'm going to leave it. I'm actually going to maybe put it down about 30. And then warmth, of course, all the way over warms the image, all the way to the left cools the image. I'm going to go with maybe about a plus 10, 11. And then the check mark down at the bottom right-hand part of the screen accepts those changes that you just made. Now, a neat trick in Snapseed is if you touch, after you've accepted the changes, if you touch the screen and hold your finger or thumb on the screen for a moment, it'll show you the previous version before the changes. So you can see before, after, before, and after. Then we're going to go into editing mode again, or to bring up the editing menu, and I'm going to select details at the top right. This has two functions in it I like to use, structure and sharpening. Structure tends to, again, just bring out details. I'm going all the way over here to the right-hand side, and you can see this is too much. It looks a little too edited. So I'm going to go and back down to 0, and then I'm going to go to maybe 30. And then sharpening, we'll sharpen this a little, maybe 20. And I'm going to accept those changes, and now we can go touch the screen and go back to the original and to the edited mode. And the next thing I'm going to do is, let's see, vignette. This will allow you to control the darkness or lightness surrounding the subject. You can see a blue dot in the center, and if you put two fingers on the screen, it'll give you a circle. And this circle can be expanded or contracted by moving your fingers further apart or closer together. And then you can also kind of move this circle to wherever you want the image to be left alone. So right now we're on outer brightness, and I'm going to take this down. You can see if I go all the way down, it just kind of leaves a circle of light around where I left it. So I'm going to bring some of that back in, maybe right there. And then if we go to inner brightness, this will brighten inside the circle. I'll put a little bit in there, 27. And I'm going to accept that. And again, we'll go back and look at the original and the new version. Ooh, that's a big difference. And then finally, I'm going to show you something we didn't do in the other video. I'm going to go to selective. Selective editing lets you, if you see this little blue plus sign with a circle at the bottom kind of left-hand side, if you touch anywhere on the screen, it'll put a blue dot there. And you can use your fingers to, once that, oops, there we go. You can use your fingers to scroll this blue dot in or out, bigger or smaller. I'm going to make it kind of small. And then you have three controls on here: brightness, saturation, and contrast. So the brightness, I'm going to brighten it, and it's only going to brighten that particular area. And then, let me see, I like that. Let's go to saturation. I'll pull a little bit more color into that. And I'm going to leave the contrast where it is. And then I'm going to put another selective edit. So you touch this little circle with the plus sign in it, and then touch somewhere else on the screen, maybe right here. And I want to make that kind of small because I don't want this bleeding into the girl. And then we're going to go, let's see, brightness, brighten that a little bit, and a little bit saturation increase. And that's it. I'll take those changes. I'm going to check them. Wow, that's a big difference. And then in the top left-hand corner, you hit done, and it will save that edited image. The original's left alone. It saves that edited image in a new folder called Snapseed. That's it. Goodbye for now. Let's see if I can make this stop. There we go.